Welcome to LightHouse KinShip's devotional video, Wrestle Through, James 1, 2-4, Amplified. Consider it nothing but joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you fall into various trials. Be assured that the testing of your faith through experience produces endurance, leading to spiritual maturity and inner peace.
And let endurance have its perfect result, and do a thorough work, so that you may be perfect and completely developed in your faith, lacking in nothing. Today is Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. Monica and I are here at Eagles Point, Dale Hollow Lake State Resort Park, Burkesville, Kentucky.
Genesis 32, verses 6 to 8 in LT. After delivering the message, the messengers returned to Jacob and reported, "We met your brother Esau, and he is already on his way to meet you with an army of 400 men. Jacob was terrified at the news. He divided his household along with the flocks and herds and camels into two groups. He thought, if Esau meets one group and attacks it, perhaps the other group can escape."
Jacob was terrified of his encounter with Esau, his twin brother. He was looking through his own lens and not fully trusting God's protective hands. Jacob had a few reasons why he was wrestling through his encounter with Esau. Regret over deceitful actions will certainly cause us to wrestle through our unworthiness of God's steadfast love and faithfulness. Jacob was not the only one that wrestled through God's steadfast love and faithfulness.
"Look, the cry of the people of Israel has reached me, and I have seen how harshly the Egyptians abused them. Now go, for I am sending you to Pharaoh. You must lead my people Israel out of Egypt." But Moses protested to God, "Who am I to appear before Pharaoh? Who am I to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt?"
The very first time I knew that I was wrestling through with what God had directed me to do, Moses became my hero. Moses not only was being instructed to return to the very place of his deceitful actions, but God was instructing him to boldly tell the king of Egypt that his day of judgment had arrived. Besides Jacob and Moses wrestling through with God's steadfast love and faithfulness, the Apostle Paul also wrestled through with God's steadfast love and faithfulness.
2 Corinthians 12, verses 7 to 10 in LT. "Even though I have received such wonderful revelations from God, so to keep me from becoming proud, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger from Satan to torment me and keep me from becoming proud. 3 different times I begged the Lord to take it away. Each time he said, 'My grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness.' So now I am glad to boast about my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ can work through me. That's why I take pleasure in my weaknesses and in the insults, hardships, persecutions, and troubles that I suffer for Christ. For when I am weak, then I am strong."
Bobby and I wrestle through God's steadfast love and faithfulness every second of our days since 2013. We wrestle through our regrets, fear, failures, grief, anxiety, despair, and unforgiveness.
Basically, there are 2 paths you can walk, faith or fear. It's impossible to simultaneously trust God and not trust God. Dr. Charles Stanley.
This concludes our devotional video of LightHouse KinShip, Wrestle Through, Psalms 25, verse 10, Amplified. All the paths of the Lord are loving kindness and goodness and truth and faithfulness to those who keep his covenant and his testimonies.
Monica and I thank you for traveling along with us here today at the banks of the Cumberland Campground along the Cumberland River, Burkesville, Kentucky. Come along and journey with us by subscribing to our channel. Hit the little notification bell so you won't miss our next stop. And please give us a thumbs up and help us to spread the gospel by sharing these videos on your social media platforms. And thank you for leaving your comments below on how these devotions are helping you in your prayer requests so that we know how to pray for you.